Today's video is about which force is the strongest among the old and new for emperors. Let's dive into the main content. If Luffy, Whitebeard, Shanks, Kato, Big Mom, Blackbird, and Buggy, along with their subordinates, were to clash head-on, who do you think would be the strongest?
Among these, I think Whitebeard would be the strongest. The Paramount War was significantly impacted by the absence of Whitebeard and Ace.
I'd say the Beast's pirates. Honestly, it feels like it was a bit too early for them to fight.
If we're considering their prime, Whitebeard would be the strongest, especially with Odin on his side. In their current state, Blackbird, with multiple admirals and capable subordinates, seems to stand out as the top contender.
It might be red-haired Shanks after all. In the world of One Piece, hockey is incredibly powerful. In a more realistic scenario, Cross Guild would become unstoppable.
In terms of sheer numbers, the Whitebeard pirates, including their allies, had 50,000 members, which gives them a significant advantage. Next would be the Beast's pirates, including Orochi's forces, with 30,000 members.
The weakest could be either Whitebeard or Big Mom when they're sick. Captain level weakening is fatal, but considering Big Mom's cheat-like strength and her strong crew, I'd say it's probably the Big Mom pirates.
Whitebeard in his prime had too many young commanders, so I don't think he was all that strong. In terms of sheer power, Big Mom seems to stand head and shoulders above the rest.
If Whitebeard in his prime had a fleet as large as when he was older, I still think Whitebeard stands out. As for second place, it could vary depending on the circumstances, but I'd say it's the 100 Beasts pirates. In the main storyline, despite ambushes during the banquet, the unexpected appearance of the Gummetal ability user, Otama, defections among the gifters, the ineffectiveness of the numbers due to drunkenness and defensive battles, and the loss of 2 Flying 6 members due to Big Mom's pie, all this, they barely managed to win after such a struggle.
I think it's still the Whitebeard pirates, officially the strongest pirate crew 2 years ago. They clashed with Admiral Kizaru, Marco who couldn't be easily defeated even by Big Mom, Joza who could match up against Admiral Okiji, Ace who could counter Okiji's attacks even in a battered state, Vista who could hold his own against Mihawk, albeit not at full strength, and Izo who fought on equal footing with Takizer agents despite being near death. In addition to these, they had 11 other division commanders and a force of 50,000. They were definitely strong.
When you start talking about meta stuff, there's no end to it. But I think if the Whitebeard pirates had appeared later in the story, the battles of the commanders would have been heavily highlighted. If you reread the Wano arc now, the top battles are surprisingly short and quick, which is quite surprising.
I think Red Hair is actually the weakest among the former for Emperor's faction. While Big Mom and Kato may not match Whitebeard, they have sizable and well-organized forces under them. In contrast, Red Hair seems to rely almost entirely on its main fleet executives and a few extras, with subordinate forces appearing more like an afterthought. Unlike Straw Hat, who's a similar type but stands out in combat prowess, scale, and other aspects, Red Hair noticeably lacks quality in its subordinate forces.
That wraps up today's video. Please like and comment. Who do you think is the strongest character?